Hello and welcome to the St Kilda and Bayside Report. My name's Gary Peer.
And I'm Jeremy Rosens.
And here we are in May, looking at the market, reflecting on the first quarter and getting revved up and geared up for the middle of the year sales and offerings and trends and news. What's going on?
How big's our May going to be though, Gary?
Biggest May on record, I can say that. We've never had more offerings. Thankfully, we're well resourced and thankfully we're full of energy and excitement and good health and strength to go out and perform as our clients would expect us to do so. There has been some amazing sales, hasn't there? Let's talk about the block of flats before we do anything, because
Gary, we've had a great
block of apartments
with a block of apartments. You can't call them flats, Gary. There's no such things as flats.
Can't say block of flats anymore. It's got to be, it's a block of apartments.
Yes.
And what a beautiful block of apartments they were in Wellington Street, St Kilda, owned by an estate agent, sold by Gary Peer and Associates just a week ago.
That was probably about a week ago, a few days ago.
And talk about what's going on in the world. Here,
2021, Gary.
Yep.
This is, because what you're about to say, I'm sure, because I can see what's in your mind, albeit there's not a lot going on, but as I peer through your ear, pardon the pun.
Yeah, I'll wave to you from the other side.
Yeah. That whole, not so much this campaign, but the sale on the day of the auction was something that if you had have said to either of us a year ago that this was not only possible, but actually that we'd be doing it, we would have thought that you would have rocks in your head.
Well, there we were, Jeremy. You were FaceTiming our agent who couldn't
I had
be there.
I had a FaceTime with three boxes open. I had the buyer who happened to be just lying in bed.
We'll talk about where and
lying in bed somewhere else in the world. Leon Grosvenor, director of our Bentley office, at his desk, and myself at the auction with my phone, with my AirPods in, trying to do this whole bidding scenario with all three.
And lo and behold, the buyer was knocked down to the buyer late in the afternoon on Thursday, and we said congratulations. He said thank you, put the deposit through, of course, online.
Yes,
signed the contract online, and said greetings from Amsterdam. So there you go. So it is an international world we live in, Jeremy Rosens, and there's things happening out there that are advancing technology and practices with technology on a daily basis.
I mean, with the sort of money he paid for that block of flats, which was, fair market value.
4.6 million, it was
I can think of a few other things in Amsterdam I would have bought myself, and they aren't real estate.
There's a reason that he's in St Kilda.
Tulips and bikes and
clogs.
That's clogs.
Yeah, a lot of clogs at $4.6 million, don't you?
We can't erase what I just said there, can we?
No, we could, but we're not going to. Look, you're in St Kilda for a reason. You're in part of the
everybody's
happening,
been thinking about it. I just was brave enough to say
wild St Kilda place.
Anyway, that's sold, Gary. Can we disclose the price, or is that undisclosed?
4.6 million. I've already said.
4.6 million, Gary.
If it's undisclosed,
apartments.
I guess I'll be in trouble. Yeah.
If it is undisclosed, well,
by the way, I've had enough of undisclosed because it becomes public in 30 days or 60 days anyway. It goes on record. Everybody knows.
Gary.
People see the auction. The grapevine's fast. Enough with the undisclosed. It doesn't need to be undisclosed. It's a public arena now. Results are
And for
public.
the people watching who think it's us that make it undisclosed, you're incorrect. We are just abiding by the rules of our clients. Because if we had our choice, we'd disclose everything, Gary.
Exactly right. We had a few people giving us a bit of stick. I told you it was undisclosed. Now I can see it's written everywhere. Yeah, well, guess what? The Value General's report comes out on settlement and everyone knows about it.
Everyone will know.
Gem 2 at 21 Cardigan Street, another property sold.
Older style block of small boutique block of
I did that auction. I had a party there, a little party.
I don't know about a party,
no, I would call it a party. It was a happy auction. It was a wet, rainy, miserable Saturday morning, yet there were many people there upstairs in the apartment going for it. Lots of energy.
Gary, isn't it?
It was unusual. It was one of two. It was a duplex, but there was also some more apartments out the back, so it was a little bit unique, but very spacious. And $928,000, that's what you've got to pay now to get a spacious apartment in and around that area.
Home, Gary, when you get to sort of 800-900, we don't even call them apartments anymore, we call them homes.
Yeah, even better, fair enough. A house size apartment, 55 Grosvenor Street, well that was an interesting one.
Yes.
Here was a property that we were a bit worried to actually stand on the floors because it was so run down, but the floors did hold us up and we held the price up there, Jim, I don't mind saying.
We did, it was a great auction inside. Again, it must have been that same weekend, it was a bit wet and raining, so we had 150 of our closest friends at the back room there. And I'm not going to lie, Gary, it felt a little unsteady at times, but thankfully it's going to hold together all the way through to settlement.
If the auctioneer would have said everyone just jump up and down, that would have been the end of it, wouldn't it? We would have all been somewhere down in China maybe. We would have gone through the floor. But 1395 it sold for. The price is disclosed.
Yes.
And congratulations to the vendor, well done to the buyer who's going to create something beautiful and wonderful there. Does weather matter? I mean, you know, this is one of the questions I'm going to pose to you. Does weather matter? We've talked about 2 auctions that were in the rain, inside. Does weather matter to an auction?
You'd have to answer in the negative, Gary. It matters not.
No.
In fact, some of our best auctions have been raining cats and dogs and inside in a condensed space with exciting people ready to bid. You know, all the work's done before auction. Yes, a great auctioneer can make the difference of hundreds of thousands of dollars, Gary, but the weather matters not.
The weather matters not indeed. I agree with you.
This is going to annoy me the whole show, so I'm just going to fix that, because that's kind of annoying.
You're quite the perfectionist.
It's not about perfection, it's just looking normal, Gary, as opposed to looking abnormal.
Fair enough. Dalgetting Street, St Kilda. Well, that was an abnormally popular apartment, sold very well, $616,000.
4 or 5 bidders there, Gary. As you would well know, we do hand out chocolates, and I ran low on chocolates that day because we had a number of bidders, but that was a good result. Michael Jonas handled that and did a great job. Vendor absolutely wrapped with the price and buyer pleased with the product they've bought.
Glad to hear that. 7 Nightingale Street, well, it's undisclosed. We were quoting sort of between 135 and 15. It sold in excess of that. I think we can leave it at that. The undisclosed
Just
price.
You don't want to say significantly in excess?
No, well, you could say significantly and I'll agree with you. Do you want to say significantly in excess?
Well, I think we'll just leave it where it was.
Okay, fair enough. That was another good result. And 136 Alexandra Street, another property that sold there. Very popular, that one. I mean, that went, the range 13 to 14, it sold for many tens of percent above the top of the range.
Yeah, I think you can say that. Many tens of percents.
Above the range, above the top of the range. So that went very well indeed, undisclosed. But houses are hot, Jim. I don't know if everything's hot.
No, not everything. Not everything is hot, but houses with land at a certain price point are flying, and there is competition. It's been a good time.
Let's talk about some of the offerings, Jim, as we fly on through, so people can know what they should be looking out for, the buyers of the month or the week or the day. 8 at 17 Redan Street, St Kilda.
Well, this just has the edge over its competition, Gary, because it's 3 beds, 1 bath, 1 car. It's spacious, it's bright, and in Redan Street, it's ideally located, Gary. The perfect floor plan.
Spacious, bright, beautiful in Redan Street, coming up this weekend. Get down there quickly. And if you can't get to that one on 10:30 on Saturday, you better get to Cowper Street, which is right near all of the St Kilda foreshore.
Sweeping views across the bay with this one, Gary. This is a dual level town residence, Gary. Got all the accommodation you'll need, 3 beds, 2.5 bathrooms, off-street parking for not 1, Gary, but 2 cars, not the smart cars, the normal size cars.
I didn't realise actually how good the view is. I'm just seeing the photo there now.
Yes.
We'll try to put it up on the screen because that really is a beautiful view.
It is, Gary.
And it's a great location. There's not many more beautiful streets in the heart of St Kilda than Charnwood Road. Lamore Herskovitz brings this one at number 18 to 22, the market.
She does, Gary. This is high on St Kilda Hill, a beautiful older style apartment block, 580 to 630, Gary, 2 bed, 1 bath, in renovated condition, but that older style elegance on the outer.
I think the property of the month would have
Gary,
to be this
property
property
up there
in Spenser Street. Yeah, but this one
this
is pretty,
does probably take the cake.
Pretty outstanding, isn't it? There are 4 homes in Spenser Street, just near Luna Park, opposite the park, behind the beach, or in front of the beach, depending which side you're looking at. But how's this for an incredible property? Tell us a little about it, please.
1 at 4, or 124, Gary, at 5 to 7 Spenser Street, just opposite the Peanut Reserve.
Yes, Peanut Farm.
With the beach behind, just 1 block behind. In fact, at your front door you can look and you can see the scenic, is it the Scenic Railway?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the Big Dipper shut down. It went to the Big Dipper too, but they shut it down.
Yes, of course they shut it down because it's probably was
dangerous.
Chaotic. But anyway, this one is going to be in the high 3s to 4. This, Gary, is blue chip real estate at its finest. You can set and forget, you can buy it, just take the rent. It's getting near enough to a little bit over $100,000 a year return. Or you could use the land for development opportunity, whether it's dual something or other.
Subject to council approval.
Of course, Gary. Or you could build one beautiful mansion on 732.2 square metres of land. This is good real estate.
A rare opportunity in the heart of it all in St Kilda. Get down and have a look at that one.
I love the aerial shots, Gary. The aerial shots,
the drones.
There.
Yeah,
a little bit of the
drone
city,
images.
And a little bit of the bay.
Fantastic. Southey Street, Elwood. Well, that's another high quality property.
Gary,
what a great looking home.
This is rare to get 2 homes on one title on a beautiful block of land. You can 2 Art Deco homes, Gary, 22 to 24 in one of Elwood's, arguably one of their best streets there at number 13 Southey Street. Beautiful Art Deco home, ready for someone to either turn into one home, redevelop, of course, subject to council approval. But these 2, Gary, Spenser Street and Southey Street, are 2 amazing opportunities. I would even go as far as to say, Gary, they are generational opportunities.
I think I'd have to agree with you. We talked about the weather And if you want to get set in security, you can get set in winter, autumn. You can get set in spring.
The other ones.
Or summer. You can get set in any of them.
Summer's cool though.
Well, you can get set in Somerset. We've got this property in Somerset Street.
Whoa! I didn't even know you were setting me up for that one.
We fell right into it. You stepped right in. Walk this way.
That was great, Gary.
Anyway,
that is champagne material, Gary.
People thought the comedy festival was over. It's still going. Don't worry about that.
You can forget about Arj Barker, and those that watch this show who know that I went to see Arj Barker.
I went and saw him too.
I don't really like comedians because we live in a very funny environment.
We have enough comedy in our offices.
There's enough going on that I don't think a comedian can outdo us. But you have
Did you like him?
Look, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I thought it was okay. I don't really understand paying for people to make me laugh when I can get it from my wife, who's quite the comedian. Anyway, Somerset Street, number 11, Somerset Street. This is really cool, Gary. This is an old mechanic workshop.
Yep.
They've split it into two, and it's got this kind of very cool vibe. It's kind of New York loft, kind of city living, over 2 levels, with a 3rd level being an outdoor entertaining area.
Lovely.
2 bedrooms, terrace, 2 living areas, outdoor space, balconies galore.
Yep.
Lock-up garage. Watch the video of this because there is a very cool, some sort of a old ute, 1950s ute.
Okay.
If you look at my social media, you'll see it there.
Yep.
Or you'll see it on the video. Very cool property.
Ute
1 to 1.1.
included in the deal?
Ute is not.
Okay.
Pardon me, but I believe that ute is quite expensive.
Is that right?
Owner has taken years to restore it. And it's a beauty, but maybe at a price we could probably.
Well,
make it
you know
part
what?
of
We love good cars, but they don't seem to go up as much as good real estate, do they?
They don't,
And there's great real estate there in Somerset Street and some of those properties. We are looking forward to an exciting time in the market where money is cheap, interest rates are low. There are some good offerings out there.
Money's cheap, but it's very hard to get money from the bank.
Is it? Well, I don't know if
it's not very hard.
Yeah, but
it's cheap, but it's not
challenging.
easy.
No, it's not easy.
That's okay.
But if you can get the money from the bank, lock in those low interest rates.
Yes, Gary.
Even though many say, the price have gone up, I've missed the boat, it's too late, I think there's still great opportunities out there in the market, and you can make a lot of money buying good properties. And we've got some beauties. We've just gone through them, haven't we, Jeremy? If you need anything at all, just come and see this fellow. He is the man who deals with St Kilda, Bayside and beyond, of course, selling all across Melbourne as part of the Gary Peer Network. Director Jeremy Roses. Good to be out here with you, and good
Always
to be
a pleasure, Gary.
back bringing people the news. It was this time last year we could not have even done this, could we?
We couldn't. And this time last year, I think Carlton had beaten Essendon, and it's funny that we sit here today because Carlton, the week just gone, they beat Essendon. And for those that don't know, half our team barracked for Carlton, half our team barracked for Essendon.
Yeah. You mean in
the Gary Peer team?
Yes, right. Yes, there's a lot of fierce rivalry
here.
Here.
A great deal of joy.
And
in fact, what I was going to do, because we have a WhatsApp group, which the viewers may not know, where we tell everybody about our listings. And last night I flagged with my colleague Daniel Fisher that we should send out number 1, Carlton Street in Essendon Lost, has been listed for sale, auction last weekend in September.
Very good, very good. No, I'm glad you resisted. And I thought you were very restrained at the sales meeting yesterday as well, which were very, very restrained. Nicely done. There's just 1 or 2 little da-da-da-da-das, and that was it. Anyway, well, it's enough boasting. We don't.
I'm going to wear blue all week, Gary.
Exactly, you and me both. We don't get to do much boasting as Carlton supporters, so we'll have our moment in the sun before we get crushed next week and there on in. But look, some potential there. Anyway, hope your footy team's doing well for you, and hope you tune in again next month when we wrap up May on GPTV. We'll see you in June. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Jeremy. Thanks for watching. See you then.